Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to the Counterpoint and Consistent Sports Betting YouTube. I am Shiflo, joined today by Sultan of Swing 80. How's it going, man?
Going good, man. It's going good.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the first episode of this series. We're going to be giving our NFL betting picks over the entire NFL season. We'll see see how that goes. Preseason was pretty successful, right?
It was. I was. It was probably my better than college football. I tell you that much. But we had a lot of success with the spread in the first quarter, and that was nice. So it went way better than we thought.
Yeah, that's right. So this week, obviously, we have Thursday Night Football, the kickoff to the NFL season. It's going to be between the Bills playing at the Rams. So essentially, the format of what we're going to do today, specifically since it's only one game, is we're going to be giving some offensive key points, some defensive key points, just a little bit of special teams, and then we'll dive right into the betting picks. So, Sultan, why don't you kick us off with the offense?
Okay, so we have a returning Bills offense. They look, I mean, better than they. I mean, they look amazing. You're looking at Josh Allen coming back after throwing for 4,400 yards. I mean, that's crazy. Stephon Diggs had a great year. They have a better running game now. I mean, they all the pieces are together, and they got a chip on their shoulder with that overtime loss. So everything about that offense to me screams, oh, they're gonna be out for blood. They have a great tight end um, bench this year. I mean, Dawson Knox has played amazing last year, coming off the bench with that injury, and now he's a starter and he looks great. So I'm thinking they're going to do a lot of things well against the Rams, and the Rams are one of the better teams, one of the better defenses. I mean, they're going to be a tough game to do. But I'm really banking on it being first game jitters, even though they're at home. And what the Bills are going to be able to do well is they're going to be able to run to the outside. Essentially, the Bills love to come out in shotgun, and they play most of the game in shotgun. If they're not in shotgun, they usually run boot plays, which with Josh Allen is perfect. He's going to run out to the outside as well. So if they can set up the play action, I think that's going to be the key to this game. If I see them, if was Singletary, is that his name? Yeah. If
Yeah,
if
Devin
Devin
Singletary.
Singletary can can have some success in the first quarter, then Josh Allen will do the rest. That's all. That's going to be the key, and I think they're going to be able to. I mean, that front seven on the Rams is pretty good, but I mean, there's just so many weapons that the Bills have. I'm not really worried about it. But if I can see them be able to run outside, which they did all over some of the best defenses last year, and then move to passing from the bootleg, then I'm not worried about the Bills scoring at all.
Yeah, and on the flip side with the Rams, obviously we know Matthew Stafford kind of getting over an elbow injury. You have no OBJ. You have no Whitworth. Like they lost one of the best, one of the best O linemen in the league, obviously to retirement. So basically, what you're saying is the Bills have the edge on offense, correct?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, when it comes to scoring, which we
Yeah,
all know, more points, you win. Simple math. When it comes to a drive, they have no excuse to not be able to get down the field. I mean, if it's whatever it stops them, if it's the play calling or just a drop pass, that stuff's going to happen. But on paper, just watching film and look at these numbers, I'm not worried about it at all. I think they're going to do great. I think they can score over 25 easily on the Rams.
yeah, I'm with you. And so on defense, I'll be giving a couple key points for both teams. Bills defense, obviously in 2021, regular season at least, best defense in the league, pretty much hands down. They were able to stop the run game, able to stop the passing game. They had they were tied for the third most takeaways in the league with 30.
Mm.
However, one key point that I'm just a little bit concerned about, but not too concerned about, is Tre'Davious White, starting
Mm.
corner for the Bills. Unfortunately, going to be out for the first 4 weeks. But I think that the Bills roster has enough depth. Just watch out for that matchup. And on the flip side, you have the Rams defense. You have Aaron Donald, which is
The
often
monster himself.
often dubbed one of the best players in football, if not the best defensive player in football. Last year, regular season ranked 15th best in the league. They had 25 takeaways last year, so not as many as the Bills defense. Also, you got to look at there's no more Von Miller on the other side of that defensive line, right?
Yep.
In fact, Von Miller got traded to the Bills, right? So it's just another selling point for the Bills. So you said that the Bills have the edge on offense. I give the Bills the edge on defense.
as well.
Special teams, though, obviously some turmoil within the Bills camp as unfortunately Matt Araiza had some allegations come up about him, and he got cut.
Yeah,
The Bills
rip
did pick
punter.
up, yeah, they got the Sam Martin as the new punter.
Okay.
Played previously for the Lions, just a pretty decent kind of run of the mill punter. But look for him to have some success on a better team.
Yeah, for
um,
sure.
Tyler Bass is a fine kicker. I will say that the Rams, I think, have the slight edge in special teams with John Hecker and Matt Gay running
Yeah.
out punter and kicker respectively. But I'm with you. I think that the Bills definitely have the better team. So, with all that being said, let's dive into a few picks. First off, I think that we've reached a consensus that with the Bills having the edge on offense and defense, definitely taking them money line. I would take a -2.5 as well. That spread, it seems pretty doable. 3 points in the NFL is pretty good. What say you?
I agree with that. However, I have some other picks that are going to be safer. I
Okay.
get throw money down on an opening season NFL game. Everyone gets nervous because you
Right.
don't know. You don't know. On paper, it looks great. Um, I I think the Bills can cover 2.5 because I think if the Rams get deep in the red zone, that they're the type of team. They're coming off of a Super Bowl win. They're going to go for it. They're not going to be conservative. So I don't think we're in a 3-point part of the game. I think it stays between. I think it stays a one-score game. Now, if the Rams convert that, they convert that. But I think with how the Bills look on paper, that they can cover 2.5 for sure. I mean, I see this game being like a 31-24 game. Like a 7 points. Who gets the ball last kind of situation with a Matt Stafford interception somewhere in there that we were going to talk about here in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to touch the over under
Yeah,
at
it could
all.
go either
52 is
way, for real.
yeah. Either they're going to come out and they're going to be on fire offensively, or they'll find a way to get that 52 in the third and fourth quarter. So I just don't like the look at it.
Okay.
But
Did you have some prop bets that you wanted to look at though?
I do. So the prop. This is how we're going to make money right here. I'm telling you right now. So this year I'm gonna have stats for next year on it. I'm gonna take almost every single game in the NFL. I'm gonna take the first drive ends in a punt. And the
Oh.
reason being, I'm gonna test this out. This is gonna be my $1 bet every single game. Is I'm gonna take a prop because usually it's not terrible. Like I got it for -106, which is not. I mean that's basically dollar for dollar on the drive punt. So while it is the Bills and it is the Rams, I'm thinking Rams get the ball first. And I think they get a couple of first downs, but I think it ends in a punt. Same thing with the Bills. I think the Bills get the ball and they have early success, but I don't think they drive down and score immediately. I think the defense holds for the first drive or so because you got to fill out the team, you got to get the cadence going. And I'm going to take a shot in the dark with that one. That's my first prop bet is just first drive punt, which you're going to get probably every single game this year from me is first drive punt because it's an NFL defense. I think they can do it. I think they could stop them once.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the next one is I went deep down the rabbit hole of looking at stats, and it's going to be Josh Allen completions.
Okay.
And if you check my bookie, which is what I'm using, um, we're doing minimum completion attempts. Okay, and it's at 22, which is a lot, I would think, until I looked at the stats, and it's for -209, which is not the best odds, but this is what I'm calling a give me bet. Like it's gonna happen. So here's about the numbers. Regular season, just regular. We're not talking playoffs. Regular season. Um, he averages total, regardless of wins or losses, 25.5 completions a game. Not just. I mean, there's some games where he throws more attempts, but he averages 25.2 completions. So off the bat, he's already gonna have 3 more average than the 22. Now here's where it gets better. Completion in games won, 21.9. So it's right on the money on 22. Well, here's the thing. This is a tough road game. They're in LA against a formidable defense. In the games the Bills lost, which arguably all of them that they lost last year were against teams with really good defenses, he averaged more completions because the passing game was forced late in the third and the fourth quarter because the running game got stopped, because of the Patriots front seven, or because of whoever they played. Tampa Bay, that was one that they lost in overtime a couple of times. So I look at that and I go, okay, they're playing a formidable defense. It's a way. They're gonna have to rely. I mean, the running game could definitely work, but I think third and fourth quarter they're gonna get some. Even if here's the thing, it doesn't have to be a successful pass play. It could be a check down. It could
Could
be
be.
that,
Yeah.
and that's all we need for the bet to hit. So 22 for minus 209, I think is perfect. And those two bets right there, are give me's. I'm talking $5, or whatever your unit is. I'm dealing with that college budget, so 5 is a lot for me. But if you want to throw 200 on it, I'm telling you, like, I'm confident that he's going to at least complete 22 completions.
Okay, I guess now is a good a time as any to mention that this is by no means financial advice.
Yeah, don't. Yeah,
Um,
it's your money. I'm just telling you where my $5 is going
yeah,
on Thursday night. It's Thursday, right? They play Thursday,
yeah,
right?
Thursday. Yeah,
Thursday, yeah.
absolutely. Bet responsibly. Don't bet anything that you can't afford to lose. That's
Exactly.
always the best
Don't
adage.
bet rent, okay? Like that cover that one TikTok homie's like, "Who's paying the rent?" And he goes, "Tom Brady." Yeah, don't freaking do that. No. Now I have set this money aside, and I have it all season. So if I lose it, I don't bet anymore. That's the problem. So we're pretty careful
Yeah,
with it here.
shows his confidence. Any more prop bets that you were looking at?
Those are the only two that I have as give me's. If we're
Mhm.
talking one more that I looked at that I'm not super confident on is first quarter Bills cover the spread. So I went to look at it. I'm going to look at it right now live just so I can double check before I tell you something wrong. So it spreads basically it's the same spread for the whole game,
Mhm.
just minimized to the first quarter. The spread is a half a point for in the Bills' favor. So I'm like, well, it could be tied, and that's probably the worst case scenario. But I think Bills cover first quarter. They have the better offense, and we also talked about them having the better defense.
Mhm.
It's really good odds. It's minus 124 for money line. For them to cover half a point, it's plus 117. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me because if they are 1 point ahead, that's the
Well,
same as money line.
yeah, yeah, but it would push if they went 7-7 if you pick the money line. So
Yeah,
I
exactly.
I
Yeah.
kind of get that. There's a little bit of risk involved, but I'm with you. I think that the Bills come out and score. I don't know if the Rams score on their first drive. Um, I'm kind of interested. I don't know how much I'll put on it. Maybe like half a unit.
Okay.
Josh Allen to have 37 or more rushing yards.
I saw that.
You can pick that up for minus 115. Those are pretty decent odds, and obviously, he's a scrambling quarterback, right?
Their
His boys
offense
are,
is built off
yeah,
of him making that play.
absolutely, absolutely. I like that, and I haven't found a prop for it yet, but I'm sure I'll be able to find one later. I'm taking Matthew Stafford to have at least one interception.
Yeah.
I just think that you know it, it's a year where they don't have all the pieces that they had at the end of last year. It'll take them a little bit to get back in that groove, and obviously, we talked about how the Bills' secondary is just really, really good.
I mean, it's one of those things where I'm like, I mean, there's a chance Josh Allen throws a pick. As an NFL quarterback, it's really hard to throw 3 touchdowns and not throw an interception. I mean, the league's just that good. So it's not a knock on Matthew Stafford. It's more of like it's just an expectation that you'll make one mistake out of the 36, 38 times you throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And with him not having that depth, without you take away OBJ, who is a reliable slot guy even when he's hurt. He can run the dig, he can run the slant. You take that away, and now it's like, oh, your hands are tied. You got Cooper Cup, you got Anderson. It's Anderson, right? I want to say it's Anderson. Let me double check.
I don't know off the top of my head.
I can't think of either. Anyway, he's on my fantasy draft team, so I should probably know his name. But you have those guys, and they're not bad. It's just what happens if they're covered. If we're in that situation with Josh Allen and everyone downfield's covered, well, he turns it into 7 yards. I don't think Matthew Stafford can do that consistently.
Uh,
Can he scramble? Absolutely.
Allen Robinson, that's who you're looking
Allen,
for.
that's it. My bad.
Yeah.
Anderson, my bad. Allen Robinson. Yeah. So that I look at that and I'm like, well, that's where the 36 rush yards is really Like just because he's gonna be running for his life at times, I think is a really good pick.
All right. I guess if we don't have any more prop bets, we're gonna go and close it out. Any closing thoughts, or are you good?
I'm good. This game is one of those where I don't want to throw money in somewhere I don't trust.
Yep.
That's why we have the other 12 games. Like I'd rather bet on Jacksonville to be bad than throw the dice or something in the air and say, well, the Bills will do this. Like these are two good teams, and I'm excited for NFL to open up with it. And go Bills. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, go
Bills
Bills. There
Mafia
we
for
go.
this one.
Absolutely. All right. So this has been the Counterpoint and Consensus Sports Betting. Make sure if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe. Hopefully, we all make some money come Thursday. Again, bet responsibly. This is not financial advice.
Yeah, it's not.
And yeah, peace out.